Hey everyone, it's me, Vinny. I hope you had a great week. The wild card games were fun. I went 5 for 1 on them. The only one I was off by was the 49ers Cowboys game, where the 49ers won against the Cowboys while it was seemed very, very close that they had a chance to blow that 16-point lead. They hang on and they held on to win the game. So now we have the divisional round predictions. The Bengals, of course, won a playoff game finally. The Bills absolutely decimated and destroyed the Patriots in every way, shape, and form. Buccaneers obliterated the Eagles. The 49ers Cowboys game was close, like I said before. The Steelers just destroyed the Steelers. The Chiefs just destroyed the Steelers. And for the Monday night game, the Rams embarrassed the Cardinals. So out of those 6 games, 2 of them were really competitive. Well, at least 1/3 of them were good. But either way, I'm still pretty excited for the divisional round. I'm excited for all these matchups, and I can't wait to see what happens in these games. So let's start off with the first game on Saturday. We have the 1-seeded Tennessee Titans right off their bye, taking on the 4-seeded Cincinnati Bengals. Derrick Henry is going to be back for the Titans. They were the 1 seed for a reason. I think Mike Vrabel is the coach of the year. With the Bengals, they just came fresh off their very gutsy competitive win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Larry Ogunjobi is going to be out for this game. In fact, he's out for the season because of a foot injury, if I recall. But even though they just came back, I still think the Titans, considering they are the number 1 seed, they are a very complete team, they are a well-balanced team, I think they're going to win this game. Now, granted, I think the Bengals are going to try to keep it as close as they can, but I think by a touchdown, roughly, the Titans will win this game and go on and host the AFC Championship game. For the second game, the one on Fox, we have the 1-seeded Green Bay Packers, just like the Titans, fresh off their bye, and taking on the 6-seeded San Francisco 49ers. In the history of Aaron Rodgers, in his time with the Packers, he has been 0-3 against the 49ers in the playoffs. 2012, and the loss in the divisional round. 2013, the year afterwards, the team lost in the wild card round at home. Granted, they were 8-8, but they still won their division. And even 2019, they lost to them on the road in the NFC Championship game. This year, it's different. The Packers are the best team in the NFL. I think they're going to get the job done here. Now, I do think the Niners are a very well-balanced team on defense, on special teams, and even on offense. They have a quality offensive line. Though, at the same time, for the Packers, they're getting back to Darius Smith, so that's going to help them for the defensive side of the ball. But when you come to, and you have 2 great head coaches, great young head coaches, you have Kyle Shanahan and Matt LaFleur, both in their time for Washington. These 2 know each other pretty well, so I think this is going to be pretty close as a result. That being said, though, I'm still going to go with the Packers in this game because they are the 1 seed for a reason. Aaron Rodgers, I believe, will be the MVP when the season's said and done. And I also believe that it will be by 10 points. I think the Niners are going to try to keep it as close as they can. But this Niners team is not the same as the Niners teams in 12, 13, and 19. The same thing with this Packers team. It's not the same as those other 3 teams either. Every year is different, and I believe that in this case, it's the 9th matchup between these 2, which is the most or second most, depending on whether you want to consider the Cowboys-Rams game in the 60s, the playoff bowl game, legitimate or not. Either way, 9 playoff appearances. These 2 have a long history with each other. I think the Packers will get it done here. And then for the games for tomorrow, we have the NBC game where the number 2 seeded Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the reigning Super Bowl champions, Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, and the gang, taking on and hosting the Los Angeles Rams, the 4-seeded NFC West winning Los Angeles Rams, who just won against the Cardinals on Monday night. I think in this situation, I would normally go now if the Buccaneers were a bit healthier, if Chris Godwin was there, if Antonio Brown was still there, even if Tristan Wirfs was at 100%, I would take the Buccaneers. But because of the health and also because of the quality of opponent that they won against, and not only that, the Rams have beaten the Buccaneers the last 2 years in a row. If any team, I believe from this picture that I believe could have had a chance of beating them, it would have been the Rams. And for the first game back last year, that was on the road on Monday Night Football. Now in the playoff environment, Matthew Stafford, fresh off winning his first ever playoff game, now the team is looking to see if, the Buccaneers made it to the Super Bowl last year, hosting the Super Bowl in their own stadium. The Rams want to do exactly the same. And they realize that in order to do that, they need to go past and get a W against the defending champions. And I'm picking them to do that. I see the Rams going on the road in Tampa, taking on and winning against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I see them going to Green Bay in the NFC Championship game. And then finally, for the divisional round games, we have the number 2 seeded Kansas City Chiefs and the number 3 seeded Buffalo Bills. Both of them completely destroyed and decimated and embarrassed both the Steelers and the Patriots. And now, no offense to the Titans, but a lot of people are viewing this rivalry of the Chiefs and the Bills. Two teams that have strong history with each other back during the old AFL game days. They were against each other in the 93 and last year's AFC Championship game. Also in the 2000s, even though they were relatively mediocre at best, they were often against each other in the regular season because they often finished in the same placements. They are against each other tomorrow in Kansas City. And I look at the two matchups. The Bills beat the Chiefs pretty well on the road on Sunday Night Football. Now, granted, this was before the Chiefs went on their run at the end where they went 9-1 the rest of the 10 games of the season. So it's not exactly the best to go off of. But that being said, the Chiefs did lose to the Bills at home. And the Chiefs are the Bills are getting hot right now. While the Chiefs did beat the Steelers single-handedly, the Bills played, I would consider to be a perfect offensive game plan against the New England Patriots. And yeah, the Chiefs may have been to the AFC Championship game the last 3 years. And yeah, they may have been to the Super Bowl the last 2 years. But I think the Bills are going to get the job done this time. I have the Bills upsetting the Chiefs and taking on and going to Nashville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans as my AFC Championship game. So that's my prediction. I see the Titans. I see both 1 seeds getting the job done. Titans and Packers over the Bengals and the 49ers. And then for Sunday, I see 2 road upsets with the Rams and the Bills. So that can mean that I predict that we'll have a Titans and Bills AFC Championship game and a Packers-Rams NFC Championship game. That's just my thoughts, though. I want to hear yours. Who do you personally think is going to win these divisional games for today and for tomorrow? I want to know what you have to say, and please comment below and let me know what you think about it. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to Zenny62 Media, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.